Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Dose. It is Friday, April 3rd. Welcome to April. Welcome to March Madness Weekend 2026. I want to give you the Daily Dose today about a Business of Sports Hall of Famer. This is a term I kind of coined a few years ago when I did the inaugural Business of Football Hall of Fame in a column for Sports Illustrated. I've been using it ever since. Seems like a lot of people have picked up on it in the past few days because of one certain player who was part of my inaugural class. His name is Kirk Cousins. He's a first ballot Business of Football Hall of Famer. He has maximized his earnings. His leverage has been used strategically throughout. Kudos to him and his agent, Mike McCartney, who I've known forever because I used to do deals with him. When I was with the Packers, did deals for players like A.J. Hawk. Okay, Cousins has used his leverage marvelously over the years, starting with the Washington, then I believe they were called the football team, then Commanders, where he did not accept long-term deals and forced them to use a franchise tag on him, giving him the top 5 average salary of quarterbacks, not once, but twice. Then they did let him become a free agent. They couldn't franchise tag him anymore. He goes to the Minnesota Vikings in the first fully guaranteed veteran deal. Now, it's not 5 years like Deshaun Watson, but 3 years. Following that, he does 2 more top-of-market extensions with the Vikings. Then, 2 years ago, he's the biggest deal in free agency. The Atlanta Falcons signed him to a deal that I don't know how big it was total value, but it had $100 million in guarantees. $100 million in guarantees. $63 million the first year, $27 million the second year, and the third year, which is now a remaining $10 million guaranteed. Now he's released. So what does he do? He goes to the Raiders to back up presumed number 1 pick Fernando Mendoza, and he'll make the $10 million this year, which is $1.3 million in a minimum salary from the Raiders, making the Falcons pay the rest of the 8.7, but he'll also make another $10 million next year as a guaranteed roster bonus. So he's basically agreed with the Raiders, we're going to do a $20 million deal for basically 1 year, and you only have to pay $1.3 million of it. We'll get the rest paid for by the Falcons in the 8.7, and then next year you can pay me $10 million. Okay, it all works out for Cousins, who leverages it once again, and the Falcons, who I'm still shaking my head, somehow paid Cousins $1 million, then 6 weeks later, with the 8th overall pick in the draft, drafted Michael Penix Jr., the replacement for Kirk Cousins. Okay, now everyone's talking about it. I've been talking about it for years. Cousins, Business of Football Hall of Famer. Earnings after this $20 million next year will be $341 million, more than Tom Brady in his 20-something years. And I've talked many times about Tom Brady taking less than market. The reasons everyone says is altruistic for the team. I've argued that's not. You can do that with cap. You don't have to do that with cash. Anyway, back to Kirk Cousins. He will be remembered more for this. I mean, he's had a good career. He's had a strong career. He's had a career no one would have envisioned out of Michigan State, a 4th-round pick in the same draft, the same team. Washington took Robert Griffith with the 2nd overall pick. Great career. But they're going to remember him for this, and maybe I'm part of it. A Business of Football Hall of Famer first ballot lock. In fact, Kirk Cousins may have to have his own wing in the Business of Football Hall of Fame.